The Monetary Board of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, at its meeting held today, has decided to increase the standing deposit facility rate and the standing lending facility rate by a massive 700 points to 13.5% and 14.5% respectively, which will come into effect from today. In its rationale, the board explained that it had noted inflationary pressures that could further intensify in the period ahead, driven by the build-up of aggregate demand, domestic supply disruptions, exchange rate depreciation, and elevated prices. Based on this, it was of the view that a substantial policy response is imperative to arrest the build-up of added demand-driven inflationary pressures in the economy and preempt the escalation of adverse inflationary expectations. This would, it expects, provide the required impetus to stabilize the exchange rate and correct market anomalies observed in the interest rate structure. Speaking to the media for the first time today, new Central Bank Governor Dr. Nandalal Weerasinghe took a defiant and determined tone while offering a brutally honest take on the economy.
Also understand the situation. I don't want to have undue expectations. I have to tell you, irrespective of what we do, we can't turn it around overnight. So the example that I took in my address to the staff today is that it's like the economy is moving down a slope fast without any brake. So when the vehicle is moving down the slope without any brake, and when I jump into that vehicle, my immediate objective is to fix the brakes and slow down and stop it before it's going to crash. That is the immediate objective. It won't turn around immediately. The situation could worse further within next couple of weeks or months. But still, turnaround will happen at some point. I'm very confident that we can turn it around. But the necessary condition for us to turn it around is not only the economic policies, but also there are other two key components. One is the political stability and social stability. That we have some challenges at this point. If that comes together, as I said, then we can turn this vehicle around fast and come back to a stable position up the hill.
Despite this, the question on the minds of most people right now is how is he going to do this? One factor remains extremely important, he says.
So here my objective is basically, I want to make it very clear, is, as I said, very independent central bank without any kind of external influence. The Monetary Law Act has given sufficient authority to exercise independence in policy making. That I am going to exercise that with the full support from the Monetary Board, including support from everyone else. This is for the betterment of the country, and the reason that I took the risk and came is mainly because I have experience what to do, and I have also connections and exposure not only for local central banking, but also my exposure to global with investors, IMF, World Bank, all these things. So basically, I think I'm trying to do my best to address this situation.
In the meantime, the central bank governor revealed some good news, namely that a new budget is to be introduced, which he says has been assured and will go to the cabinet for approval soon.
Got the commitment from the fiscal authorities through Secretary of Treasury that they will also introduce a comprehensive policy package to supplement and stabilize the economy from the fiscal policy side. So that also will go to the cabinet pretty soon. And now everyone has recognized that this delaying and denying and not telling the truth is not going to work in this country. So we have to be truthful, we have to take strong actions, then that will deliver the results.
However, his immediate priority, he says, is expediting discussions with the International Monetary Fund to restructure our debt.
And also, there are some other positive developments that's happening parallelly to stabilize the situation. One is the technical negotiations with the IMF. We have already started, and even last week we had a couple of discussions with Mahinda Sirivardhana heading some technical discussion. Now I am going to continue at a faster pace from today onwards. Even tonight I am going to speak to the IMF staff, and I have a constant conversation and discussion with them. We will continue to do in a much faster pace. That is as a stronger commitment, and President himself given me the authority and also asked me to expedite two things. One is the negotiation with the IMF. Second one, the restructuring process.